Have you ever delayed your healing because you were hoping someone would finally explain themselves? Sometimes the closure you are waiting for is never going to come from them. For a long time, I believed closure had to sound like something, a conversation, a message, an apology that finally explains everything and makes the ending feel complete. I thought if I could just hear the right words, I'd finally be at peace. But life doesn't always give us endings with explanations. Some people live without telling you why. Some relationships end quietly without a big fight. And some chapters close without asking if you are ready. And that can feel deeply unsettling. Welcome to Moments and Musings, a calm corner where we slow down, breathe, and reflect on life's quiet lessons. I am Adiza, and this space is for you. Your still moments, your gentle thoughts, and that part of you learning to rest again. Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're diving into something deeper. So, guys, sit with me. The hardest part of these kinds of endings isn't even the loss itself. It is the waiting period. Waiting for clarity, waiting for them to say something, waiting for a moment that finally helps everything make sense. At some point, I realized that waiting for closure from someone was keeping me emotionally tied to something that was already over. Yeah. Not because I didn't want to heal or I didn't want to move on, but because I wanted validation. I wanted them to acknowledge the hurt. I wanted them to understand my side. I wanted to know that what we had wasn't imagined. And that is human. And it is very valid. And it's okay as well to want all of this. Wanting to be understood is human. Yeah. But even if they explained everything perfectly or over and over again, it wouldn't change what had happened. It wouldn't undo the hurt. And it wouldn't bring back the version of the relationship that you miss. That is when it started to sink in to me that closure isn't always about understanding. Sometimes it is about acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean what happened was okay. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean the pain wasn't real. It just means you stop reopening the wounds and hoping for a different ending. It means choosing to believe your experience even if they never confirm it. And it also means trusting your own emotions enough to move forward. Because sometimes waiting for closure keeps you stuck in a cycle of hope and disappointment. And honestly, peace doesn't live there. Now I'm going to ask you a question from me to you. Have you ever stayed emotionally available to someone who was already gone? Have you ever realized that the thing keeping you stuck wasn't love? It was the need for answers. Here is something that took me time to learn. You can forgive someone and still not reconnect with them. You can release resentment without reopening doors. You can choose peace without getting an apology. Yes, it is very, very possible. Because not every door needs to be reopened to be closed properly. Yes, I'm going to take this again. Not every door needs to be reopened to be closed properly. Sometimes closure can look like accepting what happened without relighting it. It can also look like letting go of the need to be chosen again. It can also look like choosing yourself even when it feels unfinished, even when it feels hurt. So maybe today, maybe this week, maybe right after this episode, you stop waiting for a conversation that may never happen. Maybe you allow yourself to close the chapter quietly. without anger, without bitterness, without resentment, without needing permission. Because sometimes some endings don't come with answers, they come with growth. And if no one has told you this yet, let me say it gently. You don't need their words to move forward. Your healing doesn't require their participation. Most times, choosing yourself is not selfish, it is necessary. And sometimes, choosing yourself is actually the real closure. Yeah, choosing yourself, choosing peace is the real closure. Thank you for sitting with me today. If this episode resonated with you, sit with it and share it with someone who might need to hear this as well. Remember that choosing yourself means closure.